Daytime
Wow.
with Aston Avery. Stephen Smith joins me, and Stephen's going to make a very special introduction.
Well, Aston, I've got to make a big introduction for this lady. She's new to Gateway. You're going to love her. She's become a friend of mine, and she is an inspiration with her foundation, the Pink Ribbon Foundation. And she's Lisa Allen. Not only is she a bright personality, her hair's as bright as she is. Hi, how are you?
What an introduction, Stephen. Good to see you. And good to see you, Aston, as well.
Good to see you as well, Lisa.
Have you on. Lisa, we're going to start off with a nice light note. What's your ideal of the perfect date?
I guess my ideal date would have to be funny, polite, probably have quite a lot to say, because I'm quite an outgoing personality myself. So I need someone that can keep up with me, basically. Attraction's obviously also key, so you need to fancy them as well.
Yeah, it's helpful.
But I think yeah, well, it is helpful. Yeah, I mean, I've been on a few dates, and they've been lovely guys,
but no chemistry.
But there's no chemistry, and you
do have this thing that. You can laugh a woman into bed. You know,
it's true. It's true.
This is why Woody Allen has so many wives.
Don't. But no, I think a good sense of humour and conversation that flows easily, so you forget the time and how long you've been there.
And it's horrific if you turn up and there's just silence, so you can't think of anything. But Lisa, I always do that with someone I fancy. I can't speak. Once I get to know them, I just don't shut up. But
yeah, tongue-tied.
So this all being said here, Lisa, as well, about the Pink Ribbon Foundation, for our listeners who are not aware about this, how did the Pink Ribbon Foundation come about?
So the Pink Ribbon Foundation has been going, this May, it'll be 22 years. And believe it or not, I've been with the charity since it started. I was only little at the time. But we were set up with a mission basically to support and fund small breast cancer charities all over the UK that offer frontline services to women and a small percentage of men that are affected by breast cancer. The Pink Ribbon Foundation, we've got very, very little infrastructure. As Stephen knows, we operate basically with 3 volunteer trustees, Jonathan, Liz and Angie and myself. That's it. We don't have offices. We don't have any other staff. And keeping the team very small like that, without offices and things, basically means that more of the money that we raise goes to the good causes that we support.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. And how can others get involved with your charity? You know,
there's lots of ways that people can get involved and support the charity. They can go to our website, which is www.pinkribbonfoundation.org.uk. There, they're able to make a one-off donation or set up a monthly donation if they want to do that. They can purchase items from our shop, which is on our website as well. They can join some of our events or set up their own fundraising events. But there's a whole list of ideas on our website. And obviously, if people keep up to date with our social media, there's a lot of information on there as well.
Yeah, and how do you, not being rude here, but when I go to find the Pink Ribbon Foundation, there seem to be lots of things came up which weren't actually your. How do people actually find yours?
Yeah, so you need to go to our website, pinkribbonfoundation.org.uk. But you're right, and this is where it gets confusing for a lot of people. There are so many breast cancer charities registered, not just in the UK but globally. What we do is we support charities that are small, that don't have internal fundraisers or a lot of money coming in, and we grant them yearly to help them keep their services going. So Pink Ribbon Foundation, you'll see our logo, you'll know you're on the right website when you click on that.
You know, one of the things is one of the fundraisers or one of the events, a friend of us, the show, Mr. Fabulous, put on this Friday, which was just amazing for World Cancer Day. Can you tell us a little bit about what went on Friday for the listeners and for Aston who wasn't there?
Sure. So Mr. Fabulous, as you said, he's a big supporter of our charity. He's supported us for a number of years, and I think it was last year or the year before we actually officially made him an ambassador of the charity. He's also an ambassador for Primus Medispa in London, and he basically made an introduction between the charity and the spa because he knew that there was synergy there between the women that they support, obviously, in their spa, and obviously what we do as a charity. So what they've done is the Medispa have introduced 2 new treatments to their list of treatments, the pink ribbon facial and the pink ribbon massage. And anytime somebody in the spa has one of those treatments, or both if they're splashing out, we get a donation from each of those treatments. And on World Cancer Day, which you quite rightly said was the 4th of February on Friday, we were able to come together with supporters of the charity at the Medispa and basically celebrate this new collaboration. And as you know, it was a wonderful evening.
Wonderful. We had Vanessa Feltz there, and we had Danielle, a friend of the show as well, on regularly. Danielle Mason was there. It was a host of people. It was a really, really nice evening. And it's a really good idea that you could do giving a percentage of something you do, and men can book the treatments as well. It's not just women. It's a great idea. It's a great way forward.
No, definitely. And the thing is, as a charity, there's kind of 2 main ways that we get our money and our donations in, and that is through corporate partnerships where brands or companies give a donation on a product or a service. And then there's obviously the fundraisers that are doing lots of different things to raise money, like bake cakes, run marathons. So that's kind of the 2 main ways that we get our money in.
So I mean, Aston, I'm patron of Anna Kennedy online. I've been and Aston is as well. I think it's important to give a bit of your time, especially if you're lucky enough in life to have been treated the way we have. You should give something back to the community, and it's such a good thing to do.
Definitely.
Oh, without shadow of a doubt. And I have to say as well, where Lee said that sometimes people diagnosed with cancer, they can find it very difficult to tell their loved ones about having the dreaded C word in medical terms here. So is there any advice you'd give out to our listeners today on the fact if they have to reveal that dreaded C word here?
I would say that it's really important to be honest with your loved ones and allow people around you to actually help and support you, because you're going to need that. Treatment can be quite harsh. So you're going to need help with the home, the family, the children, the meals, all of that kind of thing. Having the conversation early means that they can help you, and you can obviously feel a lot less alone when you're going through this treatment. Macmillan Cancer Charity actually have a wonderful section on their website which gives advice on how to broach the subject, and I would really suggest that maybe that would be a first point of contact to check that website out.
Yeah, so because the earlier you know, and also when my friend just passed on with it, I guess you know early, then I spent quality time with that person, and it's a selfish thing, but the earlier you know, the better. And also I was able to research and help much more than if I'd told at the last minute. So you're so right. But I know, especially being an ex-hairdresser, and dealing with women with cancer, the one thing that really they went through everything when their hair fell out.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, there are many
that just completely. What do you say to people going through this? I mean,
I know it's difficult because there are many side effects, obviously, to chemotherapy, and hair loss is one of them. And the thing important to remember as well is you don't just lose the hair on your head. If you have chemotherapy and you lose your hair, you lose your eyelashes, your eyebrows, armpit hair, pubic hair, and all body hair basically falls out. And some of the chemotherapy drugs are more likely than others to cause hair loss, and different doses can cause anything from thinning to complete hair loss. Obviously, this can have a real impact on people's mental health and how they view themselves as well when they're going through treatment. Some people are offered the opportunity to use a Paxman scalp cooler, which is a machine that can help people to keep some or all of their hair. But some people struggle to use that because the temperature on the cap is so cold. But I think if people were able to embrace their hair loss, there are some really wonderful scarves and bandanas and things out there, and also some really good wigs, and a lot of those are made using
wigs are amazing now. Amazing wigs now.
Hairdressers, you know, you can take wigs into hairdressers and they can style it for you as well. So I mean, we work with some fantastic charities that are able to help with wig advice. That's one of the things that we fund, and Cancer Hair Care, for instance, is an amazing charity that does that.
I mean, Lisa, even now the wigs are so inexpensive. You can pick up a £25 wig, and it's amazing if you get a hairdresser to style it for you. I mean, you can feel the difference in the quality. I'll tell you something else that helped my friend: a Waterman's shampoo and conditioner. I know they donate to a lot of the hospitals, the cancer wards, but it's a really good shampoo. If you start using that quite quickly, I found his hair didn't drop out as much as we're expecting it. I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be the same with everyone, but definitely wigs help, and yeah, definitely.
The fun thing about wigs as well is if you embrace them, you can have a different wig for every day of the week and take on a different persona, you know. I know people that have named their wigs like Britney or Roxanne or whatever, so that they can take on a different, you know what, different hairstyles. They change, you know, how you feel about things.
Yeah, I mean, let's face it, some famous actresses have worn them all their lives, you know, from Barbara Windsor to Joan Collins.
Indeed. And all this now being said here, Lisa, as well, is not just women that get breast cancer, but men do as well. So for men listening, how do they check for signs of this?
I know it's surprising that a lot of men and even many women, I did an interview a couple of weeks ago with a group of women, and they don't know that men can get breast cancer. Basically, anyone with a chest can get breast cancer. Yeah. It is rare among men. In the UK, around 55,000 women a year are diagnosed with breast cancer, but it's only around 370 men. So about 1% of all breast cancer is in men. The symptoms are similar for women and men. And really what we would say is it's only by checking your body regularly that you'll notice changes or anything that isn't normal for you. But you're looking for basically changes to skin texture, lumps, puckering, any changes to the nipple, any pain and swelling. We've got a guide on our website that people can download, which shows you those signs to look out for. And we also send out self-check guides when people buy our crystal pink ribbon brooches on our website as well. But really, you can't check wrong, you can't do it wrong. But if you're checking regularly, then when you do think, oh, that wasn't there last time, it's something then that you can keep an eye on. And if you're concerned, we would always say, get medical advice straight away.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so important. Men shy away from getting medical advice. I have little lipomas underneath my chest, which I think is from working out and hitting them. But I have to go to the breast clinic once a year before them. And I have to say, even for me, it's a bit embarrassing. But you know, going once, even as a guy, if you've got any lipomas or anything, is worth checking on them.
Yeah, and Matthew Wright did a really good thing recently on Instagram as well, because he had a lump. He advertised on his Instagram that he had this lump under his arm, which he was concerned with, and he went to the doctors, got it sorted, they removed it. It wasn't cancerous, but it is. You need more people like that with high profile to actually promote male and female breast cancer.
Absolutely. Now, listen, I couldn't have the gossip on Friday. I love a bit of gossip. We're going to be doing a sky jump for charity.
Well, actually, you heard it slightly wrong, because I've already done my skydive. I did my skydive back in 2019. But basically, anyone can do a tandem skydive for our charity at any time of the year. However, we have got a skydive taking place on Saturday, the 28th of May, which is a team pink ribbon skydive. So Mr. Fabulous is signed up to it. Yeah. And I don't know how he's going to cope with it, because he hates heights. And Juliet Morrison, who's another one of our ambassadors, is doing it. And we did manage to sign up, I believe, a few more people on Friday.
Danielle Mason said she was doing it.
She's on the fence, I think, but Sarah Melindwa said that she would do it as well. So yeah, I mean, you can jump at any time. There are airfields across the UK, and you can do it at any time. And trust me, I don't like heights. I totally don't like flying anymore. It takes longer to get to 13,000 feet than it does to do the free fall. The whole coming down takes about 45 seconds.
Aston, well, I've done one, but Aston's done one as well, haven't you, Aston?
Yes, that was like nearly 4 years ago. I did one as well, and it was brilliant experience to do it then. And I have to say, doing this as well, and you've done it as well, Lisa. But when you're not working for charity, is there anything you do for fun when you're not working for charity here?
Oh my God, I love walking, I love reading, I like the cinema, I like the theatre, obviously spending time with friends and family. But there's such a crossover between my work life and personal, because it is pretty much 24/7, that a lot of the things that I do for fun are kind of entwined with work, whether it's events or lunches or whatever. So yeah, I think every day is fun for me, really.
Darling, what would be your favourite romantic movie?
Oh God, One of my favorite romantic movies, and it's not a big blockbuster, but it's P.S. I Love You.
Oh gosh, yeah, that's
With Gerard Butler. Oh my
Yeah.
God, he's sexy. I love Gerard Butler. But it's because of that film and having watched it numerous times that I'm actually organising, and it probably won't happen this year, it might have to happen next year, but I want to do a road trip to Ireland, because I've never been to Ireland, and I want to drive that wild Atlantic way.
Oh, I'd love to do that too, because I think it looks amazing. Do you know the number of people I asked that question to? They say to me, "Pretty Woman." I think.
Oh, really?
A film about a prostitute is your favourite romantic film?
Right.
There are so many films that I absolutely love, but that's always the one that I watch. I always go back to that film, and I just love it. And the book was the book was fantastic as well. So
No, I think Beaches would be my favourite. As a
Bette Midler, you on about? Yeah,
it's a friendship movie.
Yeah,
but
that makes me
I
cry.
put it in the romantic side of things, because it's just that friendships can be romantic as well.
Definitely. Well, the 13th of February is Valentine's Day, isn't it? It's where you're supposed to celebrate your friendships. If you're like me and you're single, that's what I'll be celebrating.
Oh, how long have you been single for?
Oh, too long, Stephen. Too long.
Oh, what a way! What's wrong with it? What's wrong with the world? I mean,
I know. It's not me. It's everyone else, obviously.
we had Karen Mooney from Sarah Eden on, who's she has an agency, and she has 94% success rate.
Wow.
of setting people up. Mind you, she does charge like what was it, Aston, 2,500? Did she charge?
I've lost count on it. But that being said, as well, Lisa, you got anything coming up for the rest of the year?
Oh God, yeah, we've got a walk a mile a day coming up, where we challenge people to walk at least a mile a day, which gets them outside in the fresh air, great for mental health as well. Yeah. We're going to be launching our International Women's Day new t-shirt collection, which will be available to buy on the 1st of March, ready for International Women's Day on the 8th of March. Details of that will be on our social media and our website. And then we'll just have lots more events and challenges throughout the year, which I'm sure Stephen will be attending and will be commenting on as well.
And they'll be fun. What we're going to do is we'll put this on YouTube afterwards, and we'll put the charity website underneath the YouTube so people can actually find out a bit more about it, because I'm sure there's going to be loads of questions. And I know we're going to want to have you back on again. Thank you ever so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me, both of you, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.